So the title of this video should be pretty self-explanatory. We're going to be going over every NBA team's best draft steal this decade from 2010 until now. So let's get straight into it. First up, we have the Atlanta Hawks, who selected John Collins with the 19th pick in the 2017 draft. Collins has proven to be an amazing prospect for the Hawks. He averaged roughly 20 points and 10 rebounds this past season, and he was argued by some as an all-star caliber player. Next up, we have the Boston Celtics, who selected Avery Bradley with the 19th pick in the 2010 draft. He's been an incredible role player for his whole career, a great three-point shooter and a great defender. Ever since the Celtics had Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, all the way up until they had Isaiah Thomas, he's bounced around a few teams the past few years, but currently resides on the LA Lakers. Next up, for the Brooklyn Nets, we have Caris LeVert, who was selected 20th in the 2016 NBA draft. LeVert was having an incredible 2018-19 campaign and in the running for the Most Improved Player award until he dislocated his foot and wasn't really the same when he got back, although he has shown flashes of it. Of course, he's probably going to be able to get back to that level. And I also want to give a very close honorable mention to Jarrett Allen, who was a 22nd pick in the 2017 draft. Next up, we have the Charlotte Hornets, and this is one of the more annoying teams to try to look for a steal from because they're just not that great at drafting. I'm just going to go with Kemba Walker, who they drafted 9th in the 2011 NBA draft. Aside from that, yeah, they don't really have any steals. Next up, we have the Chicago Bulls with the 30th pick in the 2011 NBA draft, selected Jimmy Butler, who we of course all know to be one of the best two-way players in the NBA, won the Most Improved Player award a few years back and has made multiple All-Star teams. He's bounced around from team to team the last few years, and now he'll be going on to his fourth team, the Miami Heat. With the 31st pick in the 2015 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers selected Cedi Osman. Not a high-profile pick like a lot of these other teams have got, but nonetheless a solid starter for Cleveland in their current rebuild. Next up, we have the Dallas Mavericks, who selected Jay Crowder with the 34th pick in the 2012 draft. Once again, not a high-profile player, but has proven to be a pretty solid 3-and-D guy throughout his career. He has slowed down the past few years, but he had a lot of solid years with the Boston Celtics after being traded from Dallas. Next up, we have the Denver Nuggets, who with the 41st pick in the 2014 NBA draft selected Nikola Jokic. There isn't much to say about this man aside from him just being an incredible player. He made the All-NBA first team this year, and he could do practically everything on the basketball court. The Detroit Pistons selected Chris Middleton with the 39th pick in the 2012 NBA draft, who just made his first All-Star team with the Milwaukee Bucks as an incredible co-star to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Middleton was traded to the Bucks from the Pistons along with Brandon Knight in 2013 for Brandon Jennings. The Warriors selected Draymond Green with the 35th pick in the 2012 NBA draft. He's went on to be an incredibly vital piece to all of their championship runs. He's won Defensive Player of the Year, made All-NBA team multiple times, made the All-Defensive team multiple times, and is in line to be a Hall of Famer. With the 25th pick in the 2014 NBA draft, the Rockets selected Clint Capella, who has been their solidified starting center for a few years now. He's a great defender and a great rebounder. I also want to give an honorable mention to Montrezl Harrell, who was the 32nd pick by the Rockets in the 2015 NBA draft. He was included in the trade to the Clippers for Chris Paul, but he was a finalist for the Sixth Man of the Year award this year. Next up, we have the Indiana Pacers, who selected Lance Stevenson with the 40th pick in the 2010 NBA draft. He strung together a bunch of great seasons with the Pacers, nearly making the All-Star team. And although this total looks like a joke now, he led the league with triple-doubles in the 2013-14 season with 5. The LA Clippers selected Eric Bledsoe with the 18th pick in the 2010 NBA draft. He's went on to put together a great career with the Phoenix Suns, the Clippers, and now the Milwaukee Bucks. And of course, he gave us one of the greatest NBA Twitter moments in history when he tweeted out that he didn't want to be in Phoenix. The LA Lakers selected Kyle Kuzma with the 27th pick in the 2017 NBA draft, a pick that they had just recently acquired after trading D'Angelo Russell to the Nets. Of course, Kuzma has went on to be one of the best players from that 2017 draft class, and he looks like he'll be an incredible counterpart to Anthony Davis, LeBron James in the Lakers system this year. The Grizzlies are another team that did not have an incredible draft steal, but they did pick up Grievous Vasquez with the 28th pick in the 2010 NBA draft. Although he didn't spend much time with the Grizzlies, he did have a pretty solid career, although he has not shown up in the past few years. The Miami Heat selected Josh Richardson with the 40th pick in the 2015 NBA draft. He was a very solid young piece for the Heat for a few years, but he was just traded to the Sixers for Jimmy Butler in a sign-and trade. The Milwaukee Bucks selected Giannis Antetokounmpo, this year's MVP, with the 15th pick in the 2013 NBA draft. I also have two honorable mentions to give out, one to Malcolm Brogdon, who was the 36th pick in the 2016 NBA draft and won Rookie of the Year, and one to Tobias Harris, who was the 19th pick in the 2011 NBA draft and just got himself a max contract with the Sixers. There isn't much else to say about Giannis though. He's 24 years old and the reigning MVP. He hasn't even developed a consistent jump shot yet and is already considered by some as the best player in the league. With the 13th pick in the 2014 NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves selected Zach LaVine. The Timberwolves don't really have any other prominent late draft steals, but LaVine was included in a trade to the Bulls for Jimmy Butler and has since proven himself as a great member of Chicago's young core. The New Orleans Pelicans don't have a draft steal. The closest thing I could find to one is Darius Miller with the 46th pick in the 2012 NBA draft. Aside from that, they have had their fair share of #1 overall picks, drafting Zion Williamson and Anthony Davis, but they really haven't been on the money outside of the lottery. The New York Knicks selected Mitchell Robinson with the 36th pick in the 2018 NBA draft. He went on to make the All-Rookie second team, and he was second in the league in blocks per game. Robinson is a freak of nature type of player, and he's easily in line to win multiple DPOY awards throughout his career. The Oklahoma City Thunder selected Reggie Jackson with the 24th pick in the 2011 NBA draft. Jackson is now a very solidified starting PG with the Pistons, and he was a great backup for the Thunder for multiple seasons. With the 49th pick in the 2012 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic selected Kyle O'Quinn. The Magic are not really the greatest drafting team, so it's tough to find any prominent steals for them, but O'Quinn has proven himself as a solid backup center throughout his career. The Philadelphia 76ers selected Nikola Vucevic with the 16th pick in the 2011 NBA draft. He did not have a long stint with the Sixers, as he was then included in the trade that landed the Sixers Andrew Bynum, put Dwight Howard in LA, put Andre Iguodala on the Nuggets, and put Vucevic and a few others on the Magic. He made his first All-Star team this season and just re-upped with the Magic on a 4-year, $100 million deal. The Phoenix Suns selected Devin Booker with the 13th pick in the 2015 NBA draft. Their franchise player has proven himself as one of the best scorers in the league within his first 4 years. The Portland Trailblazers selected CJ McCollum with the 10th pick in the 2013 NBA draft. It may not look like too much of a steal to pick up a guy at 10, but McCollum is inarguably a top 2 player from that top 10 along with Victor Oladipo. The Sacramento Kings selected Isaiah Thomas with the 60th pick in the 2011 NBA draft. The last few years have been rough for IT to say the least due to injuries, but he easily was one of the most entertaining players in the league due to his scoring capabilities at just 5'9". The San Antonio Spurs traded George Hill for the 15th pick in the 2011 NBA draft and picked up Kawhi Leonard. There really isn't any words for how dominant this man has proven to be in the past few years. Arguably the best player in the league, Kawhi won Finals MVP early on in his career, has won DPOY, just led the Raptors to a championship, and now moves on to the Clippers with Paul George. Speaking of Toronto, with the 28th pick in the 2016 NBA draft, they picked up Pascal Siakam, who is fresh off, of course, a championship season and winning Most Improved Player of the Year. With the 27th pick in the 2013 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz selected two-time DPOY Rudy Gobert. The honorable mention here is, of course, Donovan Mitchell, who was the 13th pick in the 2017 NBA draft. The Jazz actually traded for both of these picks, and both of them came from the Denver Nuggets. The total package they sent out for both Gobert and Mitchell in trades with the Nuggets was Trey Lyles, Tyler Lydon, a second-round pick, and cash considerations. And last up on the list, the Washington Wizards selected Thomas Satoransky with the 32nd pick in the 2012 NBA draft. Whether starting or backing up, Satoransky has proven to be a very solid player at the point guard position and just signed a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Chicago Bulls this offseason. And that's all I've got for this one. All I can ask is if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel for more and throw a like on the video. Let me know who your team's biggest draft steal was, and if there's any type of video you want to see on the channel, just let me know. And I'm out. Cut.